Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a process for you today. I'm going to be working through some of my cards for the 100-day project. So I'm in this video, I'm going to be doing days 1 through 3. I did them on separate days, but I just decided to add them all together in this one video. The first thing that I did here, I pulled out a card and I'm using some Daniel Smith watercolors to just kind of go around some of the pieces of this card, and then I'm making some kind of drippy spots with I added some extra water on the back of the card, and I'm dripping that down. And like I said, these are my cards. I'm making Memorydex cards for the 100-day project. If you don't know what the 100-day project is, I would encourage you to hop over to Instagram and look at do the 100-day project, and follow the hashtag and see what everybody else is doing as well. It's just, committing even a few minutes a day for 100 days to do something. So I have set the time limit for myself that I will be creating these Memorydex cards, but I'm setting a maximum time of 15 minutes because I want this to be really good. And if I don't have a time frame, I can make these, just take much longer than they need to. So 15 minutes, if it's finished, it's finished. If not, it's not. So so far so good. I hear you've seen me pull out a few different pieces of things from my stash. I created a little label that says begin on it because this is my day 1 card. And then I'm going to be putting just a little bit of washi tape here to kind of ground my word. And then also this sticker. This is a clear sticker, but it looks like a film strip. And it's just got some purple flowers in it. It's kind of hard to see. I apologize. The lighting is kind of dark when I'm working sometimes. So this little embossed label that I had on here just keeps popping off. So I had to add a little bit of adhesive on there to just make sure it's really good and stuck down. It does have adhesive on it, but because this card is so textured and I was putting it over washi tape, it just did not want to stay down. So the next thing I am doing is pulling out some archival ink in the color Black Soot, and then I'm just going to go around and darken up the border on the outside. I just really like doing that. I like having a border. I think it just draws your eye more toward the center. And then I'm using the Heidi Swap punch here to create the holes for my Memorydex card. And then I want to indicate that this is day 1. So I'm using a stamp set from By the Will for God. I will put my affiliate link down below. It's called Cornerstone, this stamp set, and I'm just putting the number 1 on the back. So that finishes my day 1 card. This is day 2. I'm just kind of rifling through my box here. I have a setup video for where I did all of the bases for my 100 cards, and so I'm just kind of picking and choosing just randomly, just whatever I feel like working on. And I picked out this paper, and originally I thought I was going to do this side that has the lemons on it. And this is just some scrapbook paper. And so I rounded the corners, and then as I was looking at it, I really liked the back side. I wanted to use this fabric washi tape. This is from Tim Holtz, and I felt like it just looked better on the back side. So I'm just ending up, I'm really just going to create a little cluster here, little collage. And so the first thing that I'm doing is running a strip of this tape vertically along the edge of this card, and then I'm going through all of my pieces of ephemera. These are all Tim Holtz. These are Tim Holtz butterflies, and these are like acetate, and then pulling out a couple that I think I really like. This orange and yellow butterfly, but I'm not sure which size I want to use, so I pulled out a couple of those. And then I have some other ephemera, just bits and pieces, collage pieces and whatever, and I'm just going to rifle through all of these and pull out some things that I think will work for my little cluster. I pulled out the number 2 so that I can indicate that this is card 2. I had that little frame there, and I found some flowers, so I'm just going to tuck the flowers behind that little frame piece, and then some just other little vintage pieces here, and I'm just kind of messing around trying to get a good idea for how I want this little cluster to work. I don't know if I'm going to use all these pieces or whatever, just trying to get an idea for this this little collage. And I have this number 2, but I just felt like it needed something, so I pulled out another tag to back that number 2 and also to give that area some height. I didn't want it to just be really clustered down in the bottom. So I'm going to glue down this butterfly. I decided to use the larger one, and I just am applying a little bit of glue kind of in the center where the body of the butterfly is, and then I kind of smeared it around. That way you won't really see the line from the glue. It's just kind of a trick when you're trying to apply pieces that are acetate. That can be kind of tricky so that your glue is not showing. So I have this label which I just turned vertically so that I could put the number 2 on there, and I'm just going to start gluing down these pieces. I'm using some Barely Arts precision glue. It's just really helpful because it's got that precision tip on it, and so I can get in there with all these little tiny pieces, and I'm just holding everything down, making sure everything doesn't move. I realized I didn't have that frame glued down all the way, and then I'm going to trim off the edge of this label here over on the right side. And then I really felt like that area kind of below that was just a little bit empty. So I'm going to pull in a couple more pieces here and just tuck them in while I still can. I just felt like that little area was awkward. So I wanted another little piece. And then again, I'm going to go in with some archival ink. This is in ground espresso though. And I just edged the whole card just again to create, just to help kind of bring your eye into the center of the card. So this is day 3's card, and I am using some of my Artist Almanac pieces. I have been pulling them off. I haven't really been doing too much with them on my calendar. Unfortunately, I think most of the places that were selling this Artist Almanac are sold out of them. It was really kind of hard to get a hold of one. I just kind of happened upon it. So I'm also pulling out some vintage score paper, score music from, I found this at an antique store recently. And so I just really wanted to add some music paper to this. So I tore down the page from the Artist Almanac calendar, and then I tore down some of this music paper. And I also had in my stash this little piece of scrapbook paper that just had 3 little hearts that were punched out of it, and I don't know why I saved it, but I just thought it was cute. So it's a perfect size for a little collage on a card like this. So just kind of getting an idea for how I want all of this to go down on my page. And I am going to just use my glue stick for this to glue everything down. Normally I would use like matte medium or something, but I don't have a lot of time to deal with like drying all the pieces and everything, so a glue stick is a better option for me at this point. So I'm adding that Artist Almanac piece up there in the top left-hand corner, and using a Yoo-Hoo glue stick, I'm gluing the music paper down now, and I realized that I stuck this down upside down, so I had to flip it because you might not notice, but it would drive me crazy. So I had to pull that up, and then I'm going to add this little piece, and I'm trying to make sure that these hearts kind of go around some of the notes that are on the paper. It's hard to see that from here, but that's why I'm kind of fidgeting with this a little bit. So I have that stuck down, and now I'm going to take the little bottom piece that was on the Artist Almanac. Each day has like the date on it, obviously, and then so I'm just kind of I just tore that part off, and I'm just using a very thin slip of that because I didn't like the way that pink paper had a very stark, just straight edge. So I'm using the torn edge of this to kind of mask that a little bit, and then I'm taking some more music paper and I'm going to cover up the hard edge of that piece of paper that I just put down. And so it just kind of has all these layers cascading down to the bottom. And now I am trying to kind of blend these pieces of paper together. So I'm using my pen and kind of just continuing the circles that were going off of the edge of the Artist Almanac card. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim around this. I was trying to let the glue dry. I got a little bit of glue over on that right side of the card here. So I'm just trying to let everything dry a little bit. So I'm just trimming off the excess there. And then I decided it would be fun to add a little heart out of music paper. So I'm sorry I'm off screen here a little bit, but I'm just cutting out a heart out of that music paper, and I'm going to use my glue stick and glue that down kind of in off between the two pieces of paper, basically, to kind of help, again, just bring everything together as one piece. And then I have this, this is a charcoal pencil in black, and I'm just going around the heart with that, and then I'm coming in with some water and just kind of softening up the edge around that heart just a little bit. And then I'm going to go around the rest of this card with some archival ink in black soot, and I'm going to use my Dymo embossing label maker, and I punched out the word inspire, and I'm just going to glue that down on this pink area. And I ended up getting to where I ran out of time before there was completely finished with this card. There was a couple things that I wanted to do, but I ran out of time, and I set myself a 15-minute limit, so I'm trying to stick to it. So anyway, this pretty much wraps up this card. If you like this video, seeing the kind of process of several days of my 100-day project at a time, leave me a comment below so I know, and I will make some more videos. I'll record some more of these processes as I go through. Here are some close-ups of all 3 of the cards that I created. And give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.